I make a lot of video essays that criticize certain behaviors and trends among modern women. People often hit me with the usual pre-programmed buzzwords: misogynistic, red-pilled, toxic, incel, and the rest. I really shouldn't have to say this, but I'll say it again. I love women. I always have, and I always will. That said, I find it grossly unfair that women are allowed, and often encouraged, to criticize men, sometimes sliding into outright misandry, while a man offering even constructive criticism of women gets immediately labeled and attacked. This double standard, I believe, is fueling a lot of the trends we're seeing right now. It's why the manosphere and red pill spaces exist. It's why more and more men are choosing not to approach women at all. And it's why men are desperately looking for safe, comfortable spaces where they can simply exist as themselves in a world that tells them they're not allowed to. During a very heated discussion with a female friend about gender relations, she asked me, "You always criticize women's spaces. Do you ever talk about the male ones?" I answered, "They don't exist anymore." I've had time to sit with that and do some digging, and the conclusion I reached is that, at least not in any traditional sense, they really don't. So what do I mean by that? Let's start with fraternities. Full disclosure, I can't stand frat culture, and for good reason. If people want to talk about toxic masculinity, it's alive and well inside a lot of fraternity houses. These groups take still developing, often naive young men who are just entering college and strip away their dignity through bullying and hazing, all so they can feel like they belong to some exclusive club of brothers. And what has that produced? According to tracking by the Doan Law Firm, there were 44 fraternity suspensions in the second quarter of 2018 alone, and another 23 in the third quarter. A Bloomberg analysis of the spring 2015 semester found 133 fraternity and sorority chapters punished across 55 schools for issues including hazing, sexual misconduct, and other violations. As highlighted in a Los Angeles Times opinion piece, studies have found that fraternity men are roughly 3 times more likely to perpetrate sexual assault than non-affiliated male students. Sorority women are about 74% more likely to experience rape or sexual assault than other college women. Fraternity parties and houses show up constantly in campus sexual violence reports and lawsuits, with some of the worst cases involving drugging, coercion, or group settings. I think we can all agree these kinds of environments shouldn't exist. So where else are men supposed to turn for real community? A lot of inner city youth end up in gangs, but that's obviously not the solution. It usually ends in tragedy. The Boy Scouts? That doesn't really work anymore either, since they've gone co-ed, which feels strange when the Girl Scouts still exist as a separate organization. Some people will say the gym is a male space, but I disagree. It's open to everyone. Gay men, I'd argue, often have more dedicated social spaces than straight men do these days. There are hobby-based groups that are male-dominated but not exclusive. The so-called alpha bro spaces exist too, but a lot of them seem designed to prey on and profit off of insecure men. Sports are always an option, but not every guy is an athlete or even interested in that world. Here's what I'm really getting at. Men don't need some formal, established space to build brotherhood. Men bond differently than women. Women often need a shared reason, a central ideal, or a specific interest to come together. Men from completely different backgrounds, different races, religions, interests, sexualities, you name it, can form real bonds almost organically just by interacting with each other, by simply existing in the same environment and engaging. Speaking from my own life, I have close male friends from all kinds of backgrounds, races, religions, and walks of life. Those relationships weren't built around some club, shared hobby, or structured activity. They formed just by being around each other and talking. Unfortunately, I don't think women can do that as easily with each other, just exist together without needing a predefined purpose or common interest to justify it. So to answer the original question, do traditional male spaces still exist? No, not really, but that's because we don't actually need them in order to be brothers.